Military experts claim that recently they noticed a second Yak-52 aircraft in service with the Ukrainian Armed Forces, which was hunting for Russian kamikaze drones. Yesterday, footage was posted online showing a two-seat training aircraft hunting drones in the style of the First World War, Forbes reports. The aircraft model was developed back in the 1970s and has a piston engine. The pilot sits in the front seat and the gunner in the back. Military experts write that since May 2024, the training Yak-52 has shot down more than one kamikaze drone in the skies over the Kherson region. Fans of the attack aircraft posted videos of photos of it in action and on the ground. The growing number of drone kills on board the old trainer spoke to its effectiveness as a drone killer. It worked so well that Ukraine's intelligence agency began training shooters to hunt Russian drones from local Aeroprakt A-22 sports planes. Since the summer of 2024, Putin's army has also been hunting for this type of aircraft. It is very difficult to destroy the aircraft in the air as it is small in size and flies far from the front line. The Kremlin can only launch missile strikes on the Yak's base. This is what was done on July the 15th, 2024, when a missile strike was launched on the Gidroport airfield in Odessa. One OSINT analyst said the Iskander destroyed 3 drones, 1 hangar, and possibly damaged 1 air defense battery. It's unclear whether the Yak-52 was in one of the damaged hangars, but it's telling that for 4 months there were no new sightings of the famous piston plane. A rumoured Yakovlev mission in November may have involved the first Yak-52 or a second copy of the ubiquitous plane, dozens of which belong to Ukrainian citizens and flying clubs. The colourful Yak-52 that appeared could be that second plane, or another in a growing fleet of piston-engine fighters that have revived World War I tactics for the drone age.
Top national security officials for President Donald Trump, including his defense secretary, texted plans for upcoming military strikes in Yemen to a group chat in a secure messaging app that included the editor-in-chief for The Atlantic, the magazine reported in a story posted online Monday. The National Security Council said the text chain appears to be authentic. According to Associated Press, Trump initially told reporters he was not aware that the highly sensitive information had been shared 2.5 hours after it was reported. He later appeared to joke about the breach. The material in the text chain contained operational details of forthcoming strikes on Iran-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen, including information about targets, weapons the U.S. would be deploying, and attack sequencing, Editor-in-Chief Jeffrey Goldberg reported. It was not immediately clear if the specifics of the military operation were classified, but they often are and at the least are kept secure to protect service members and operational security. The U.S. has conducted airstrikes against the Houthis since the militant group began targeting commercial and military vessels in the Red Sea in November 2023. Just 2 hours after Goldberg received the details of the attack on March 15, the U.S. began launching a series of airstrikes against Houthi targets in Yemen.
My colleagues and I feel very strongly about the war planning meeting over unclassified phones. Obviously reckless, obviously dangerous. Both the mishandling of classified information and the deliberate destruction of federal records are potential crimes that ought to be investigated immediately. And I want to make clear that I'm of the view that there ought to be resignation, starting with the National Security Advisor and the Secretary of Defense. Director Ratcliffe and Director Gabbard, have you participated in any other group chats with senior Trump administration officials in which classified information was shared using phones that weren't cleared for such information? Question for the two of you.
Senator, thank you for the question. I haven't, your question was, have I participated in any other group chats sharing classified information? To be clear, I haven't participated in any signal group messaging that relates to any classified information at all.
Okay. Director Gabbard?
Senator, I have the same answer. I have not participated in any signal group chat or any other chat on another app that contained any classified information.
Director Patel, you weren't in this particular group chat, but have you participated in any chats on unclassified phones with other administration officials relating to national security? And if so, on what other topics?
Thank you for your question, Senator, and not that I can recall.
Did this conversation at some point include information on weapons packages, targets, or timing?
Not that I'm aware of.
Director Gabbard, same question.
Same answer, and defer to the Department of Defense on that question.
Well, those are two different answers, but you're saying that was not part of the conversation.
That's my knowledge.
The precise operational issues were not part of this conversation.
Correct.
Okay.
Director Gabbard, I didn't intend to get into the Jeffrey Goldberg story, but something you said has sort of puzzled me. According to open source reporting at 11:44 on the morning of March 15th, Secretary Hegseth put into this group text a detailed operation plan, including targets, the weapons we were going to be using, attack sequences, and timing. And yet you've testified that nothing in that chain was classified. Wouldn't that be classified? What if that had been made public that morning before the attack took place?
Senator, I can attest to the fact that there were no classified or intelligence equities that were included in that chat group at any time.
So,
and I
so
defer,
the attack sequencing and timing and weapons and targets you don't consider to should have been classified?
I defer to the Secretary of Defense and the National Security Council on that question.
Well, you're the head of you're the head of the intelligence community. You're supposed to know about classifications. So your testimony very clearly today is that nothing was in that set of texts that were classified. I'll follow up on Senator Wyden's question. If that's the case, please release that whole text stream so that the public can have a view of what actually transpired on this discussion. It's hard for me to believe that targets and timing and weapons would not have been.